And we are back. Good evening, everybody. We endured a long and hard winter without any competitive gaming or streams in Heroes of the Storm, but we are now back. The Nexus gaming series is back. And we have two teams here who have trained night after night, day after day. We have heard that there are several keyboards and mouse been just like played through because there's so much training going on here. So we have two teams from Division D East facing off against each other tonight. It is Nexus Cats versus ProBUs. I think that's ProBUs. It might be ProBUs. Maybe it is ProBUs and we just missed the I don't know. Maybe it's also ProBUs. I don't know. I will call them ProBUs. Maybe they can tell me later what it really is. So, I hope you guys are ready for it because the teams are here and we're gonna go to the draft. And here we are. I forgot to put on my splash screen, but we're gonna see that later. So, Infernal Shrines, the first map I'm gonna cast here in the new Nexus gaming series. Let me do some preparations here, so that looks a little bit nicer. Okay, so remember they canceled HGC, so we do not really know what's the real competitive meta right now. But Nexus Cat, they're gonna go with the Asmodon ban here on Infernal Shrines. Hope damage is certainly something they don't want to deal with here, and immediate response by ProBUs going with the Orphea ban here. Well prepared coming into this draft. So the stats I'm going to show, they are actually from Heroes Launch. Quite a few games in there we can have a look of, because that was like the last competitive series or amateur league series. So yeah, that's that. It all is updated here, and Diablo is gonna be the next banner. Malfurion, that's actually interesting. Certainly not the healer who is currently at the top of my list, but you know, maybe they have scouted something here and decided that they do not want to deal with Malfurion being played by the Nexus Cats. And actually I see something that I do not like. So alright, Johanna is the first pick and it is gonna be answered by an Arthur's pick and Raynor too. So the slows with the additional damage from Raynor. Bit of synergy going on here on the side of ProBUs. Nexus Cats now in the 2-3 rotation before we go into the second banning phase. It's gonna be the Cassia, and they gonna go with some synergy themselves here. Johanna and Cassia have the blind extra damage. On the other side we have the slow extra damage between Arthurs and Raynor. And then comes a little bit of dive on that side by Nexus Cats on that Maiev. Actually, it's pretty interesting that we can already see the names to the players here. That must be rather new. Makes things a little bit easier for me, actually. Because when I can type in some info already. Alright, the Kalphus ban comes out and the Lily ban on the other side, so they want to make sure that Raynor has 3 sights on the enemy. It's not gonna be blinded by any T-slinging panda. And comes with Stukov on their own. A little bit of a support choke actually going on here. Malfurion and Lily being banned out. Stukov now being picked up on the side of ProBUs. And so what's left for the Nexus Cats? We're gonna see it is with Rhaegar and the Arbiter. Is that already a double support composition? I don't know. But it is certainly something out of the ordinary. Also, like Arbiter on Infernal Shrines, I'm not 100% sold on that. Needs a little bit of convincing here. But let's see. And Actor is here. Hello Actor, how are you doing? Of course, we have updated the beer command. Switches here. Oh, no switches. Okay. That's good. Alright, so double support versus double tank. We'll have longer endurance here on these shrine battles. Now it's gonna be interesting to see how they can deal here with the Arbiter, both teams actually. Gonna keep a close eye on that. What's the value of Arbiter on Infernal Shrines? It is a rather small map. So Arbiter, yeah, excels of course on like really big maps. So, but yeah, maybe he can work on Infernal Shrines. Let's see. We hop in here into game number 1. In the blue it is the Nexus cat and my overlay is broken. That's cool. Yes. Oh no, it's here. Here we go. Alright, in the blue it is the Nexus cats. Afanyao on the Cassia, Turtle on Rhaegar, Mark Zombie on Johanna, Lulu on Arbiter, and that guy on Maiev. On the other side we have Dragon for 78 on ETC, Hong Fu on Rainer, Milkstar on Vatstukov, Aruba on Hanzo, and Chaos Tank tanking on Arthas. You're watching your team, Sarah. They are both yours. Who are you rooting for when they are both your teams? I prefer in the bottom lane. Maiev immediately going into the top. Nexus Cat, they're splitting up early here. Which is fine, because they have Johanna. Like, even if she gets dunked here by the enemy team, she will just pop the Iron Skin and walk away. Now, not having an Iron Skin, but with the map awareness, not getting ganked here by the 4-man rotation coming into the bottom lane of ProBUs. The soaking game much easier, of course, on the side of the Nexus Cats. Not only because they have Rubber Pro, but also because they play it static here in a 1-to-1. They're not trying to do the 4-man rotation. Actually, we see Cassia already on that camp, while the bottom lane is clashing. And only Aeroflow is there to soak that up. Cassia does get the camp out. That's a little win here for the Nexus Cats already. And they are pulling ahead ever so slightly in XP too. Nexus Cats winning with a portal synergy. Yeah, portal synergy is a very important aspect of the game. It instills fear and respect into your opponents. And you can easily win the game, if not even the whole series, just by process synergy. Have I talked about talents yet? I don't think I did. Let me see if I can spot anything out of the ordinary here. I mean, it's pretty much what you would expect so far. I actually go for Charge Strike for Cassia. I love that talent. Oh no, I don't love that talent. I love another one. I thought it was the one which goes like cooldown reduction on the blinds. Well, that is my second pick usually. Alright, but shrines are activating. Nexus Cat's actually pumping out another camp here in the top lane where Rhaegar is hanging around. He has, of course, a little bit of a fast rotation going into the bottom lane. ETC actually staying up here to deal with the camp, so this will be a 5v4 pretty soon. Well, make it a 4.5v4 because it is Aberfell who is not on full evolution yet. Chaos Tank actually tanking a lot here. And is going down to all that damage. Rhaegar goes in for the final bite, and that always feels so good if you can secure the kill as a Rhaegar. This is where playing support is fun. Milkstar with the lurking arm here, trying to scout out the enemies, trying to do a little bit of damage. Ansel doing the same, but they have to give this up eventually. And we're actually moving now behind the walls and into the lanes. ETC is still in the top lane. First kill, first blood on the side of Nexus Cats. The first kill since since Heroes launch basically for the Nexus Cats. Punisher baited over the wall. How much can they get here? 2 towers is kind of what you expect. Anything less would be a shame. Anything more would be floating. So they get exactly that. So Nexus Cats pretty much in the rhythm here. But when you look at XP, it's very even still, so not much lost here. Also the fountains are still all up. ProBUs certainly do not have to worry at this point of the game. And Nexus Cats, we're picking up the neutral camp in the bottom yet again. Anzo putting on a little bit of pressure here in the mid lane, while Nexus Cats are securing another camp. So when it comes to camp, they have certainly picked up a few more. But the soaking game on the side of ProBUs absolutely on point. They did miss the first objective, but they got the full soak in the top lane here for ETC. And this keeps them in the game here as they are both teams slowly approaching towards level 10s. And I wouldn't be surprised to see actually stage dive here for the global ability on ETC as he is doing the solo laning. Actually Chaos Tank dealing a lot of damage here. I suspect there was some Everfur shenanigans going on too against that Rhaegar. Ayab needs to watch out here against 2 in the top lane. Rhaegar's coming in. And look at that, both teams basically hit 10 with less than a second between them. So we do see the stage dive as announced. This is Hyperion on Raynor for these zoning controls, for these like zone fights over the objective. We see actually Ball Lightning on Cassia, which is always fun to see, of course. Oh no, that is Evolved Monstrosity, that is not the Ultimate Evolution. So here we see it. The Monstrosity for you. And it's down already. Alright, so that was the Monstrosity. And we see Ancestral Healing, Blessed Shield, and versus Warden's Cage. On the other side, Dragon's Arrow, Hyperion, Bischoff on Stukov, and the army for our first for the Exo Sustain. Nexus Cat, they time their camp again, but this time the shrine is on the top lane, so it is a little bit easier to clear that one up while you are doing the objective if you are ProBUs. And by the emerges here, Chaos Tank trying a little bit of a flanking maneuver here. Needs to watch out that he doesn't zone himself out. Here comes through Hyperion on the ground. Mark Zombie is actually getting quite low here, but it is Turtle who might fall the first here. Nice Ancestral Healing gets it done, and here falls Rainer. Nexus Cat, they are turning it around. Rhaegar jumps back in, gets another nibble on ETC, gets himself a stake, and this is 3 kills for Nexus Cats. And they take control of the shrine. Big explosive fight here between the two teams, and the ProBUs, they move back into the lanes. Stukov and Hanzo, there are only 2 survivors of that little fight here. And the Monstrosity is doing some work in the border. The MTC comes in, pushes the Monstrosity into tower range. Aberfur is already out away from the bot lane, and now we see Chaos Tank probably doing the bait here, and Rainer doing the shredding. And Rainer gets being jumped immediately and annihilated. No support here, so Rainer had to be really careful, but nice dive by the Nexus Cat. Target immediately locked in, and Rainer falls. Chaos Tank is now being jerked back by Maiev, and that's another kill on the side of Nexus Cat, who are leading here with a 6-0 kill score. And now we see a little bit of trouble coming up for ProBUs. With another bait, they can get rid of the Punisher. Can they save this tower? It looks like it. And so that is a full fort and a couple of towers for Nexus Cat, who are now getting a little bit of a lead here. Full level advantage over their opponent. Gonna have 16 a little bit sooner than their opponents, most likely. Don't you monstrosity. Well, you know, it's a thing. It's a thing. Alright, here we have another fight going on in the bottom lane suddenly. Nice silence by the Stukov doing a lot of work here. Arthas, he has the army, so much sustain on him. He can just do this forever. Here comes the Ancestral, but it does not go through. Arthas is still sitting on that point. He gets the heals by Stukov too. And this is a full wipe minus Aberfur and his monstrosity in the top lane. So that was a quite good trade here. And exactly what ProBUs needed, a full wipe, getting themselves back even in experience, and now it's their turn to do some structure damage themselves, taking out the towers here, immediately diving after the fort, and we still have 12 seconds until Maiev is back into the game. Monstrosity taking out towers in the top lane. He has to deal with that, but he might not have just the damage to really deal with it. In the meantime, ProBUs, they take out the fort and move themselves into the mid lane. The monstrosity is now in the middle, and it's gonna fall. That's another 90 seconds now without that ugly thing on the map. And ProBUs, they are marching around now here as a 4-man team, knowing that ETC can support them pretty quickly with that stage dive, which is on cooldown for another 15 seconds right now. Level 16 to 16, 7 to 4 kills. The next objective is gonna be up soon. Nexus Cat, they are gonna grab the Bruiser camp here in the top lane. ProBUs answering in kind with that camp in the middle lane. A little bit easier to clear. And ETC currently in the top lane, as I said, he can jump in if needed. Everfer sitting behind the wall here, trying to support that camp as good as he can. Actually, Nexus Cat, they use the opportunity here, they have some time and clear that camp. And that is annihilated before it can really get any value. I'm not ready to give up camp, sad face. Yeah, but you know, that Arthas, he looks so dead, right? Okay, here comes the stage dive in, and Reina is dead, however. ETC, can he survive somehow? No, he's dead too. Here comes the counter kill on Cassia, but will it be enough? Stukov with a big silence here. You see the ping on him, but there's nobody really willing to go into him as everybody is silenced. But now it is go time on the side of Nexus Cats, and they get themselves 2 more kills. So this was a favorable trade for them. Hans is trying to get some extra damage in here. Johanna with a blind and the iron skin. And yeah, so Hanzo is just trying to be the fly on the wall here, trying to be a little bit annoying. And but actually he should probably come back and defend against this minion wave in the top lane. Plus camp, plus other nonsense. So here comes the defense by ProBUs. The Punisher is here as a frozen Punisher, so a lot of CC now available between the team and the Punisher here. For Nexus Cats, Cassia hanging behind a little bit, and Monstrosity marching down now the bottom lane too. Here comes the jump. Actually, no idea how the Punisher saw ETC here. Not quite sure how that happened. And this Punisher got a forward, but not much more. So, ProBUs still in the game. They do have to do some cleanup. Level behind. If they can find a fight before 20 and win it, that would be great for them. If they can't find a fight before 20. But actually it is Nexus Cats who are looking for something here. They find themselves a Rainer. Here comes the ball lightning. And Jimmy is dead. Hanzo with a big stun, but not gonna turn the tides here. And so yeah, Jim Raynor falls. Nice gank by the Nexus Cats. Jim Raynor dead for another 40 seconds. He will be back, but not back in time to get a good pre-level 20 fight. And here comes the camp invade, now by Nexus Cats, getting themselves a little bit more value. As Raynor is still dead. Vampires are sieging away on this tower. That was the Shove already used here. It's on a cool shot down. Jim Raynor, he just respawned. This is not the fight we want. This is a little bit too early here. Arthas falls, ETC falls, no frontline available, and here comes Raynor. Hyperion is being dropped. Maybe a little bit too overzealous here. Without any frontline, this is just gonna end in tears. And this is another 2 kills on the side of Nexus Cat. 16 to 5 kills in total now. They will get this fort for free. And the 4 people dead. They might even just go for more here. Maybe top keep, maybe mid keep. They have a lot of options here. I mean, this is 5 Impalers still. This is something Stukov kind of has to deal with. But it's not really equipped to deal with. So this Impalers actually might just take these towers on their own. Nexus Cat, they take out another camp here. So, oh, that's a big shove. Here we go. That's Stukov. Self-rooted for a solid 5 seconds here. Is getting pounced upon by Cassia and Maiev. And so this is gonna be a dead Stukov. Staggered deaths are on the side of ProBUs, and they probably gonna lose 1 or 2 keeps here. So top is going down. Arthas is trying to do something, but without a healer, I'm not sure if he has Army of Dead even available. Well, it doesn't matter, he's dead now. And this is gonna be a 2 key play on the side of Nexus Cat. Are they gonna go for the win here? Huge staggered deaths on the side of ProBUs. And Nexus Cats, they retreat for now. The monstrosity keeps eyes on the ProBUs, and in the meantime the cats are taking this objective. And with mid lane completely open, they are certainly gonna try to play for the game win here with that objective. But monstrosity just survives, and would have been a nice little win here on the side of ProBUs to get that one down at least. But it's not gonna happen. And now this is a tricky defense here between the CCBC on the side of the Nexus Cats, and Milkstar is the target. Suka falls. ETC with the stage dive into a short safety and the death mosh now. Chaos Tank is trying to make something happen, but it is too late here. Arthur's falls, and that is almost the complete team by Panzer is still around. And this is gonna be GG, game number 1 for the Nexus Cats. Alright. So the Nexus Cats take the first map. I was talking to them a little bit beforehand. They have played in Heroes Launch, but more like to have fun, to like keep themselves in the room. I don't know about ProBUs. I did not have a chance to really talk to them. It might be completely new. Maybe not. Hurting them turrets. Okay, so let's hear the map and advance. I don't. Here we go. Sometimes it needs a little bit of pushing. Alright, so let's see. And if I read the rules correctly, so there was a little bit of a change here compared to the last season. Let me quickly check in. After the first gain in all subsequent games, the losing team chooses to either select the map or to have first pick during the draft. So yeah. And they do take map. Just need to tell me which map. That would be helpful. Oh. Here we go, so now let's get into it. I said Nexus Cat, we do get the first pick again. Here comes the Asmodon ban again. It's I think World Sky Foundry is kind of a similar map to Infernal Shrines actually. So I'm a little bit surprised that they went with it again. ProBUs here. We also had map choice on Infernal Shrines, but I guess you will not see an Everfur on this map, or maybe that's the point here. Actually, so far exactly the same bans as before, and yeah, that is exactly the same bans as before. All 4 bans of them. So are we gonna see the Johanna first pick again on the side of the Nexus Cat? I mean, she was doing some good work in the previous game. I wouldn't mind seeing her again. And it is that. Johanna still the most popular hero in amateur leagues. He's just good. Can't go wrong with her. And here comes Garrosh Nasibo on the side of ProBUs. So doing something different here. Widely different from the previous one. So the previous game was Reina first pick. And now we gonna see a Garrosh and a Nasibo maybe getting some throws into a zombie wall. I would love to see that coordination happening. Might be a little bit tricky. And we see Rhaegar Maiev again. So Nexus Cats don't fix the system if it ain't broken. They have exactly the same bans and picks so far. Except that they picked Rhaegar a little bit earlier here. They had the Cassia before. And are they baiting out now the Cassia ban actually? It is. Man, I should be playing this game or something. I make predictions. So, what's gonna be here for this ban on the side of Nexus Cats? I wouldn't be surprised to see a healer ban here. Maybe Stukov? It is Hanzo, okay. I got one guy which survived the team vibes. He's gonna be banned out here. Actually, we do see a little bit of a change here, because Lulu is actually playing Rhaegar, which was Turtle before. So a little bit of a change. So that means we're probably not gonna see an Everfur, at least. And here comes Deckard. And on my own popularity list, Deckard fell a little bit. He lost a few ranks. Mainly because of his nerf, this healing potion cooldown. I actually never. So it's probably not much of a deal on my personal list, but ProBUs they like him. Here comes Jaina Stukov, and that's a real double support here. What's going on the side of Nexus Cat? They want the full sustain on these fights over the objective. And we see Varian, the last pick. And that's the solo laner, of course. The question is it gonna be Twin Blades? Oh, actually they switched the support here again. So Turtle is back on Rhaegar. And Lulu now, instead of Aberfur, is on Stukov. And you have to watch out here. We are just changing the nameplate. We are not changing the order of the pictures. Tricky. Right. So, will Nexus Cats have a clean slate here on the first game and take it home 2-0? Or will ProBUs even it out? I have a series on their all map choice here. Find out. And let's start in the red because the game decided to do so. Can I actually switch this? Oh. Alright, here we go. It is Dragon 478 on Varian, Hoverstorms on the Sivo, Milk Star. Oh, that's not Hoverstorms on the Sivo. It is Hoverstorms on the Sivo. Milk Star on the Deckard, Aruba on Kalphas, and Chaos Tank on Garrosh. In the blue, it is Nexus Cats leading with a 1-0 over real opponents. Alphan Yao on Jainer, Good Herder on Rhaegar, Mark Zombie on Johanna, Lulu playing Stukov, and that guy on Maiev. Rhaegar immediately in the bottom lane as the solo laner. And that is actually quite interesting, I like that. Because they need someone to solo lane. Why is my game so freakish? Okay. So it is gonna be Rhaegar in the solo lane. He's actually pushing in the wave clear right now. I mean, he has the self-sustain. He has a good wave clear. So he can do that. All the people we see on the team, and maybe Maiev might be the other one, but they would be short on the 4-man on damage if they decide to do so. And who's gonna, I mean, it's gonna get all this damage for these two supports actually. And oh, Nasibo with the zombie robot, Maiev is going for it. Can that guy secure the kill? He dodges the shot of the tower, and now, oh, actually, it's Nexus get like being split up here by Goish with the throw, and Nasibo comes in for another round. Lulu is taking the damage, most of it, and here we go. Stukov is dead, and that's another kill. Jaina falls right behind, and this time it's ProBUs with a double kill in the early game. Rhaegar secures a camp in the meantime in the bottom lane, but they are here to play. ProBUs. Nasibo barely survives the chase, and when he comes back in, dishes out with damage, and you have 2 kills on the side of ProBUs. Oh, and it is the new Decker skin too. I mean, I guess that's a valid reason to play him actually. But can he match the sustain on the side of Nexus Cats? And you hear the ching ching of Varian twin blading away in the solo lane in the bottom. So that is 2 heroes of massive self-sustain here. It actually looks like Rhaegar is losing that. At least now. And it will gonna get worse later. So actually Stukov is coming in here to support the support. And that means there's no support here in the middle. Johanna is actually dropping Ryan's skin to not get rooted. And the spray. Big blizzard coming out. Here is the root. Stukov is a problem, but he just slaps Varian in the face and he's going to fall. And that's the first kill on the side of Nexus Cats now. And they will probably take control. of his objective. Air Force has a lot of damage potential like on these fights here. And to get rid of the Nocebo, that's actually quite a lot AoE damage on the side of ProBUs. I didn't really notice that until right now. Because I get distracted by the double support so much. So we see double support against double mage. But right now, the objective is in hands of the Nexus cats. Let's see what ProBUs has to say about that. Here comes the root on Stukov. The Shooter goes in for a bite on Garrosh. And the fight is in full progress here. It's a lot of brawling. Mark Zombie actually falling pretty low here. That's the frontliner. And that means ProBUs takes control. Right now. Runner comes in for another round here, but that guy is not here just yet. Chaos Tank, however, eats a lot of damage. He's Garrosh, he's stacking up. That armor is now getting friendly fired into a zombie wall. Chaos Tank is trying to survive here. He cannot, however, big wood coming out by Decker, but they need to leave the objective here, and this channel will go in favor of the Nexus Cats. Varian already in the bot lane to get to the soak. Admire the hand grenade skin on the potions of the Deckard Pain. So first objective is in the hands of the Nexus Cats. They take out the front wall here in the mid lane and move themselves up into the top. Getting some extra experience here, taking out another tower. Can they actually secure the fountain, which should be the target here? Still have 46% and 20 seconds left on that protector. It's not gonna fall, however. The fountain not quite secured. It's pretty low, but it's not there actually. That's also the tower survives. On a sliver of health. 1% left now on the protector. And there we go. With the last... Oh, what's going on here? Rhaegar on the double soaking duty is getting double teamed by Varian and Nocebo and falls. Memory of swim. Oh, Varian is now in trouble. Here comes the silence by Lulu and the zombie wall. And that is the counter gank. Rhaegar had been avenged. Who is Swim? Am I missing something? Is someone he called Swim? What's going on? There's no Swim here. Alright. Both teams pick up their turret. Just thanks for something here. It's not gonna get it. Here comes the initiation with a Blessed Shield. Ring of Frost hits hard on two. Chaos Tank already pretty low. Here comes the lockdown on the side of Nexus Cats, and they do get another one. This is 3 kills. Can we secure the kill on Garrosh? He survives with 100 hit points. And that was beautifully played here by the Nexus Cats. Also Ancestral here, I want to mention, absolutely on point here to make sure that they do not run into risk of getting counter killed here. And that was a really nice initiation with a Blessed Shield, Ring of Frost, and Warden's Cage. Beautifully played here by Nexus Cat, securing himself another 3 kills, and that is not quite in front of the objective, but it gives them 3 kills. And they certainly have established some dominance here. Chaos Tank is Swim, he's my bro. Alright. Objective is coming up now in 15 seconds. And Nexus Cats, they are all ready for it. They do have 2 turrets, they do good grab. Support camp too. When it comes to items, a little bit short on the side of ProBUs. They have a comfortably light backpack between themselves here with 0 items. And Varian is slashing away in bot lane, trying to secure level 13 maybe? I don't know, but the channel is right now in the hands of the Nexus Cats. Avoiding root here by Deckard. And Varian still in the bot lane. It looks like ProBUs is actually just giving this up. And try to push in with Nocebo in the mid lane. And Varian in the bottom lane. He actually eats some damage here. And now the contest is happening here. Chaos Tank is trying to delay it. But he might pay with his life for it. There we go. Here comes the Ring of Frost. Misses, however, completely. Aruba just out of range of that one. Here comes Varian. Being bodied. And when the dust settles, the Protector is in hand of the Nexus Cats. I mean, I get the idea to like just split soak and get some value elsewhere. But then you also have to just give up the objective when it's actually coming up, right? And not go in with 3 people against a 5-man. So it's called a trade for a reason. Anyways, so we have the Protector now hammering away at the second fort in the mid lane. And that's another fountain down. But ProBUs is here, putting in some damage into that Protector. Rhaegar is now coming in from the flank. Not the most dangerous here to flank with, but he's here, so that makes it a solid 5v5 for the Nexus Cats, who are also approaching really fast. We're level 16. Both teams pick up their turret. I mean, I liked it actually that ProBUs said, okay, we do not have any items, we just give up the objective and get a value elsewhere. With Varian and with Nocebo, they can actually push pretty hard. And actually, oh, Johanna is now in a little bit of trouble, uses the Blasted Shield here, loses everything to stay alive. Here comes the healing reduction by Deckard. Against 2 healers was certainly not a bad idea, but here comes a counter engage with the Ring of Frost and the Warden's Cage, and this means 2 people are dead. Varian and Garrosh immediately annihilated. Johanna was all a bait from the very beginning, and here we go. Nocebo falls too. There's another 3 for 0 kills here, and that feels bad if you are on the side of ProBUs. Like that, Johanna was completely alone, kept herself alive, of Iron Skin and the Blasted Shield, and then suddenly the rest of the team came in and cleaned up. Nexus Cat, we are not wasting any time here. We are sitting on 2 support items and 2 turrets, and they take out the front wall in the top keep. And they move on. Thanks for picking up this pro. You are welcome. You are welcome, my streamers. I hope you have fun here. And someone has to show it if the C team some loving, right? Damn, Splim, you spend a lot of time with that. It is true. Let's have. Oh, actually, I'm not showing any talents like since forever. So here we go. This is, if you were wondering like what actually is gonna happen, what's going on in this game. Here you have some information. Alright, level 16 is now available on the side of ProBUs. This might be their fight. They are moving in here quite aggressively actually. Garrosh in a little bit of trouble here, while the rest is diving up. The Stukov gets the ancestral healing, however, once Kid is on the ground, Dragon is inside of it. And here comes the throw out by Garrosh. And both teams leave. But a lot of fireworks had been used on the side of Nexus Cats. So if ProBUs re-engages, they actually have a really good position here to win a team fight. They pick up another turret, and I mean, if you are Nexus, if you are ProBUs, you need to go in right now before all these cooldowns are gonna come back. Right now, it's only Ring of Frost available here. Chaos Tank, he is moving in, he wants it, he drops the Unstoppable, he is silenced, however. Oh, Varian, he's in alone, the rest of the team is not here yet, he tries to keep himself alive with some auto attacks. And the turrets are doing some work, and Asibo is dead now. They did get the kill on Jaina, who did not use Ring of Frost during that engagement because it was kind of like trickling in on the side of ProBUs. Here comes a throw in now. Iron Skin is being used. Blessed Shield is available by now. 3 versus 4 for ProBUs. Are they still going for it? Garrosh, he wants it, he goes in, but the silence is completely devastating here. And they do secure another objective, Nexus Cats. And here come the puns in the chat. So, Nexus Cat, approaching level 20 here. Probably getting it on these towers, and this might be an game-ending push. Oh, especially if Kefas falls here, he eats a lot of damage by the Protector, but he survives in the end. Did not go with a mana shield. Varian is trying to get something, and Ring of Frost completely misses. Johanna and Maiev are inside the Protector, which is a lot of rare engage on the side of Nexus Cat, so they need to be a little bit careful here. But so does ProBUs. Especially Varian, who is gonna fall here. Garrosh trying to survive right now. He's sitting on 10 hit points, and there comes the healing by Deckard. In the meantime, Kelf doing some work in the backline. The keep is gonna fall in the end. 10 seconds left on that Protector. Varian is dead. The Protector is driven away. The puns just keep coming. Alright, the Nexus Cats, they're looking for another item. So far the item game on their side absolutely on point. Whenever they have an advantage, they just pick all that stuff up in neutral camp, even the enemy turret camp, when they can get it. And yeah, for ProBUs it's now time to stay passive. And just soak for 20. They are level 19 right now. And you see Nexus Cats, they want to get an engage here. But ProBUs, they know it, and they fall back. And it's a little bit hard to soak right now for them. Lanes are kind of pushed out. Nexus Cats, they're working on the turret camp. And ProBUs, I need to be careful to not be caught out here. So So far we're doing a good job in avoiding the enemy team. But now getting the soak in and staying safe is getting trickier and trickier. And here comes the engage now by the Nexus Cats. Ring of Frost hits. And we have a big root on the floor. But so far nobody dead on the side of ProBUs. And I think they should be just happy with it and just retreat, because they have a fountain right around the corner here. There's no need for them to keep engaging. Fireworks have been used a lot on both sides. Only 2 ults available here, between Varian and Stukov. And this should be it. So ProBUs, they do get another go at this game. They survived maybe the most dangerous part here by surviving that engage against 20. Without being killed. And they have effort to storm. They are now 20. They have weathered the storm talents. Picking up a turret overall. Giving a little bit of a fighting chance here over the next objective, and in the meantime, it looks like Nexus Cat were like trying to do a little bit of a bush party over here around that siege camp, but ProBUs actually... Are they taking the bait here? Are they going to go and take the easy route into the top lane? Chaos tank trying to get an engage on my F here. There's the throw in. Deckard is available. Not the most damage on the old man. Here comes now the Lornado separating the enemy team, and the first Nexus Cat falls here. Here comes the Ring of Frost as the counter engage over, and everybody is suddenly low on the side of ProBUs. Milkster, how is he still alive? I don't know. Deckard Kane now falls. Here comes the ancestral healing, but Rhaegar is dead. It was this giveaway present. This is 2 for 1. This is the time where ProBUs can actually maybe turn this game around. But what Skelfer's doing, he's just completely tunnel visioning after this Jaina runs into a turret, gets blown up. This is suddenly a 2 for 2 in an open game again. No healing on the side of ProBUs, and this is where it comes really handy if you have double support. If you lose one, you still have the other guy. But they do have some self-sustain here between the Varian and the Garrosh. Can they focus on the Jaina? They are going for us, but where's the Icebox? Big taunt here by the Garrosh. They do secure the kill in a 2v3 between Garrosh and Varian. Now the Sibo comes in, he gets another one, and this is really big for ProBUs. If they win this game, this is the game deciding moment right there. And they still have to go for a bit here. So far, no fort being lost on the side of Nexus Cat. And the core is under siege on the side of ProBUs. So Kelpers has cleaned that up. Fortunately, he's just the guy for that. They received 6% damage on the core. And here's a really tricky part about it. Even if you get the objective, you have to be really careful to not get backdoored, because Nexus Cat, they still have all force up. It will take forever for the objective to even touch the core. And if you have 2 people in the Protector and they are not on top of their game, it will take them quite a while to find the exit button of that thing, of that Protector. And again, the core is under siege, and Nasibo is back to deal with that one. Garrosh and Varian in the Protector. That's the whole front line. So this is really, really tricky for Deckard and Kelfros. They could get dived here. And there's not much the Protector can actually do about it. So, the first fort falls on the side of Nexus Cat in the whole series so far. Is ProBUs getting the comeback here? Nasibo still defending the core against all this lane pressure. All 5 still on the left side of Nexus Cat. So there's no issue there. For any backdoor shenanigans. And they do take out the front wall in the middle. And they're now moving into the top. ProBUs. 40 seconds left on the Protector. They want more XP. They want a better fighting chance over the next Protector. Nasibo still defending, like he can't even leave. He just needs to kill catapult after catapult. Pushing out these lanes slowly but steadily. I mean, they did get some relief from the mid lane now, so this is basically neutralized. But it's still full pressure on top and bottom. And now Nasibo has like a little bit of a breather here, but the Protector has run out of juice. So they go immediately after this turret camp. So ProBUs, they are not out. They won an objective. They won a team fight. And oh, here comes the Blessed Shield, the big engage again on the side of Nexus Cat. Maybe. Varian is inside here, but he gets silent. He avoids the Ring of Frost, however, and the follow-up ring. And now it's actually Mark Zombie who is in trouble. He is indestructible, but now he's so low. Oh, and he gets the unstoppable. Nice pre-cleanse here by Rhaegar. Heads up play against the stun of Garrosh. That was beautiful and absolutely necessary, because that would have been a dead Johanna. If that knock-up hits, it is Johanna dead, and then anything can happen. The Nexus Cats, they lick their wounds, and they move back. Secure themselves a camp, and I like it that ProBUs is trying to play this aggressive here. Or they had not been there in time. Alright. We are looking right now at a 27-minute game here. And ProBUs, they still have some hill to climb here. But they are not out. And they can bide their time. At least for now. At some point the objective is gonna spawn. And then they have to play it very clean. Because they need to get their lanes in order. And then still be able to contest over the objective. Oh, this is tricky now. The Nexus Cats, they're moving in with the whole pipeline, and Kalphas is still in the top lane. Here comes the Ring of Frost. This is a full 5v4. The Lornado is out. Here comes Nasibo's ult. Actually, Karasek is still surviving someone. Dagger Kane is now dead, however, and there goes Varian. This is 2 kills, and this might be game. As Nexus Cat, we are pushing down the bottom lane. And I think they should go for it. I mean, this is 50 seconds dead. I mean, they try clear out that lane first, but I mean, they can just dive this, right? Here we go. They are on the core. Garrosh and Kalphas and Nasibo, they are here. There's still the full damage is available. Phoenix on the ground as a little bit of a zoning tool. Remember, the ultimate of Nasibo has already reversed the Giganturan, but the core shield is falling 68% right now. But Maiev takes a lot of damage. Garrosh actually in there, he's trying to secure a kill here with Ton. Actually, there is the kill. Nasibo and Kalphas doing some work. Indestructible being popped yet again. And they drive them out. Actually, Kalphas, he's trying to secure another kill. He might get it. Jaina is so low. Can she receive the heals? And there we go. Jaina survives. Kalphas survives, however, too. So this is basically a 1-for-1 trade here. But the core falls. There had been catapults in the top lane. And this is GG. What a game! That was extremely exciting. I loved that game. ProBUs almost made it happen. In the end, it was spread out a little bit too thin there with the 1-1-3. Nexus Cats, they immediately jumped into the bottom. And then almost the miracle defense by Nasibo and Kalfros. But catapults in the top and take out the core. And yeah, that was crazy. I loved it. So, let me see if I can get some interview partner. I'm just gonna hop here into the captain. In here. I see Turtle in the chat celebrating. Oh, yeah. I mean, ProBUs, they do not have to hide here. I mean, the first game was a little bit wonky, but on what Skyer, they almost brought it back, and I strongly respect the teams who like bring it back, right? Who 2 keeps down, still win an objective. I mean, that is quite a feat, and that shows the will and grit of the team. In the end, it was not enough, but it might be in the next one. And winning these games, if you are down 2 keeps, I mean, this is big, this is huge. But it wasn't this time. Nexus Cats, they closed it out in the end. And let's see if we can get off on Yarrow here a little bit. Conversation. Sure, you can bring whoever you want. Bring them in. Alright. Let's go here.
Hey, Judy.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm good here. So, hello, Lulu. You're the shot caller then, I guess.
I actually are a shot caller.
Oh.
Take it.
All right. So, Lulu and Afranero. So, how are you guys feeling? First game of the new series.
Yeah, we're feeling pretty good. We ran something a little different, but it felt good.
All right. So let's jump into the games. You guys decided for Aberford in the first map on the Furnace Shrines. Something you have prepared especially for this map, or did you just feel like it?
We dabbled in Abathur a little bit recently. I feel he's really strong. Lulu here can probably speak to the Abathur play a bit more. She was the Abathur player.
Mm-hmm.
If you'd like to comment on that, Lulu.
Yeah, he just got the rework a few weeks back, and it feels pretty good. So we decided to give it a shot on Shrines.
Yeah, indeed. So it was a kind of double support composition in both teams, in both games, not both teams. So, what's the reason? Like, was it the map, or is it something you just like to do?
Sure. Yeah. So Shadow Guard is actually our primary offlaner.
Mm-hmm.
And Lulu and Turd Herder are both support players.
Oh, so it was the idea being spawned out of necessity.
Well, not necessarily, because Turd Herder actually plays an incredible off lane. But we thought, instead of trying to force Turd into playing a Shadow Guard's role, we thought, why not play to both players' strengths
Mm-hmm.
as best as possible? And with the Abathur rework, we thought that was prime time to kind of double support and put Lulu on Abathur and put Turd Herder on a normal healing character, and then vice versa.
Awesome, yeah, totally worked. And I mean, you got the right maps for it too. Maybe not so much in front of shrines, but which was probably good for the other. But I mean, like, was Gaia Foundry getting a little bit of extra support? I mean, you had some situations where one of your support dies, but then there's still the other one, so you can continue the fight. So it was, maybe you got a little bit lucky that your opponent's chosen that map for you.
Yeah, those we actually discussed our top 3 maps we wanted
Mm-hmm.
prior to the game for the people who were playing tonight, and both of those were on the list.
So, I mean, before the game started, I had a chance to talk to you a little bit. You are veterans. You played Heroes Launch before. You played Season 5. What are your plans for this season?
Oh well, we're hoping to perform better this season and hopefully go all the way. I know we feel pretty good with the team we have this season, and everyone gets along. It's a good time.
Good stuff. So, what was your record on last season?
Oh man, Lulu, do you remember?
No, we made it to the playoffs, and
All right.
then we played against Moon Factory and lost. And then we stole one of their players, so you know.
Oh, you just lost against one of us. Okay, these guys need to play for us next season.
Yeah, basically, that's how we got Turd Herder. So
Yeah.
we're back and better than.
Yeah, so I mean, that is long-term planning right there. All right, is there anything else you guys want to shout out or like greet your mom or whatever? The floor is all yours.
Lulu, you can go first.
Shout out to my team, except for Mark, because he didn't.
All right.
And I'd like to shout out my team, and also, after the last college football season, I'm really proud to say Boomer Sooners. So, thank you guys.
All right. So yeah, thanks for dropping by, having a quick conversation. I hope you will enjoy the cast later if you watch the replay. And yeah, so thanks for dropping by. Have good fun for the rest of the season.
Thank you very much for casting, Tootie.
Yeah, no problem. You're
Yeah,
welcome.
thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Have
sure.
a good one.
See you. Alright, that was Lulu and Alfaniero from the Nexus Cats, who get a perfect start into the season with a 2-0 over ProBUs. And yeah, so that's it from my side as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed the cast. And keep an eye open. There will be more casting coming now as the season is running again. And I hope you will tune in frequently. See you next time.